decades experience in security management and administration, renowned intelligence and security technocrat, seasoned administrator, educationally by excellence, boardroom guru, intellectually fertile, security strategist, massive use deployment, promoter and sustainer of internal democracy, transgenerational philanthropist of international standard, quintessential sports manager and consummate educator, security expert, global recognition on youth development, foremost promoter of harmonious and peaceful coexistence in the Niger Nasarawa state and northern Nigeria at large, mentorship and leadership qualities, the travelers Nigerian, intellectually trained international officer, above all as youth and peace ambassador. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much for the token of love. I'm very sure my Commandant General would love to react to this. The Commandant General, sir.
DCGs, SCGs, and my DFA and DLS, the officials from Arewa Youth President, you are welcome to the National Headquarters of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. I think today marks another historic day, you know, in our history, in this service, that another vibrant group of youth, you know, have come to really recognize what we have been doing, and to the extent of giving us and sharing all these encomiums. But you see, it is not in our character to actually welcome sharing of encomiums, because praises only goes to God. It's only God that you can praise like that. But nonetheless, you are here and you have said what perhaps what you have been able to observe and from your assessment. So we accept it, and I'd like to also say that your presence here and what you have said will go a long way to spur us, you know, to continue to do our best to serve the country. As national officials in charge of your organization, I'd like to state that you should know that as youths, by nature of dynamism, by nature of the dynamism of your characteristics as youth, you are supposed to be a vanguard for progress. You are supposed to be a vanguard that will drive development. And we know that most countries who have traveled, who have blossomed into developed countries, have leveraged on the capacity of their youth. So I'd like to join you as representatives of the Nigerian youth to always do your best to serve as vanguard of peace and development. We all know that the youth, because of their disposition, some disgruntled, if I can use that word, some disgruntled Nigerians who have selfish interests sometimes really use the youth, you know, to cause mayhem, to cause trouble, to cause confusion, to cause misunderstanding, so that they can achieve their own selfish interests at the detriment of the corporate survival of the state. So I'd like to call your attention to that. Do not allow any desperate person, any desperate Nigerian, coming from any form of guise, to come and use you as a tool for you to cause destabilization. God gave you the energy, and endowed you with all the dispositional capabilities within you to use it to carve a niche for yourself. And so, let me draw your attention that once you go by these dictates, by the time you pass the stage where you are as a youth, and then you go to the next stage, perhaps probably you will have even served the nation, will now become an elder statesman. You will have been recounting that during your youth days, this and this and this and that is what you have done to play your own part in marshalling out the path for development for this nation. We know that currently the Nigerian state presents a bipolar class structure of the tiny rich and the poor majority. Some people will tell you that it's a state that presents a system that has only two parts: the haves and the have-not. The middle class has been completely extinguished. In fact, if the middle class exists, the number, as my professor used to say it, is infinitesimal. So it is the youth that will get going and say no, that this middle class must resurface, because the middle class is mostly made up of youth. It's mostly made up of the youth. The lower and the middle, the intermediate cadre of the civil service and the private sector, is the one that describes the middle class. And so, you're in the right place. Here in civil defense, since we have assumed office, we have been able to showcase that yes, we have some vision. And so we have introduced some innovative reforms that will take this service to where it ought to be. If I will now start enumerating the reforms and records of our achievements and what we have done, we just span of 2 years, I think we'll be here till tomorrow. But so far, so good. We have been able to prove to Nigerians that yes, civil defense, when given the required support, will live up to expectation and justify her existence. So we'd like to thank you so very much for your consideration and for all the kind words that you have showered today on us, all the encomiums, all the commendations. I'd like to tell you that all those achievements is not done only by me. It is a team, and the team is seated here. This is Civil Defense Management team that you are seeing here. And it is this team, that has provided and yielded the results that you have seen and that has brought you today to come and say it. So I'd like to also thank my management for their collective resolve, for their understanding, their cooperation, because we are working together very closely, to see that yes, we take this service where it ought to be. Our vision for the service is that by the time we are going to leave, we want to take this service to be graded among the best world-class service. Not even a world-class service. That is our vision. And if you look at our bulk of staff, the larger number of staff that we have, it is the youth. It is the youth that actually dominates, because the youth have some form of gravitated energy and some agility and some strength to be able to implement our mandate. We have employed so far, just within the span of 2 years, close to about 10,000 staff. And this staff are mostly youth from across all states and local government of the Federation, just within the span of 2 years. So we'd like to thank also the federal government, led by our Baba, President AHMED Tinubu, for granting us, this permission and approval to recruit vibrant group of Nigerians who belongs to this category of youth to join civil defense to help us provide safety and security for Nigerians. My PRO has already stated, he has pointed it when he was when he started, that civil defense, because many people don't know what we do. Civil defense is the lead agency in the area of protection of critical national assets and infrastructure. And to protect critical assets of any nation, it's not an easy task. You require youth who are very energetic, to come and do this. And that is why I told you that bulk number of our staff represent the youth. We don't take in recruitment, we don't take anybody who is less than 18 years, and we don't take somebody who is over and above 40 years. That is the regulation. Because we assume that that is the most productive stage of anybody in life. And you need to give your best in anything you do. And like John F. Kennedy said, don't think of what your country will do for you, but think of what you will do for your country. That way, the country will now be fast, developing to get where it ought to be. So I'd like to thank you so much for your consideration, for your resilience, for your support, and also to say that who will collaborate. When I see youth like this coming to visit me, it remembers. It makes me to remember when I was in university. I was also a student comrade. You know, I was in the NANS. I hear it. The thing rejuvenates, you know, in me. You know, those days where we used to vibrate, you know, when we were in school. And so I like to tell you that we will work together with you. We'll work together with you.